See, I put on red lipstick so you can see that you actually can polish a turd. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, you've never been here before. I'm Fat Sajak. I'm the one in the t-shirt with the bright cherry lip. As always, if you hear noise out there, just remember, live with inconsiderate people who have the audacity to do things like breathe and cough, sneeze, walk around. The unmitigated gall. Today, we're doing a little bit of a follow-up on a video I did a couple weeks ago, a week and a half ago. I did a video about Mikayla nogueira, and there have been some minor developments, nothing like earth-shattering. No, don't tell them it's nothing earth-shattering, because then they'll leave. There have been some really earth-shattering updates that I wanted to fill you in on in case you follow literally no other channels who cover internet culture. Drama, I guess. Am I a drama channel now? I just put out an 1.5-hour video about Teen Mom. I think I'm a drama channel. This is O-Face by Elf. This is a mistake made by me. Before we get into all this really explosive, groundbreaking Mikayla drama, remember to like and subscribe, or don't, and get fun. Let's get into it. So where we left off last time was basically the whole gist of Mascara Gate, which was Mikayla nogueira, who is a really big TikTok creator. I think she has like close to 15 million on TikTok, and she's a beauty influencer. She was using a product by L'Oreal, more specifically a mascara, and she did not do a good job of disclosing that it was a paid partnership, which is an FTC violation. And then when she used the mascara, there was a nice little cut, and then the summation is that she added some form of falsies to her eye look and tried to pass it off as that mascara. In the last video I did try the mascara, and I have not touched it since because I found it to be trash.
Sponsor me, L'Oreal.
We kind of talked about the ethics of disclosing your paid partnerships and being honest with your audience, and I also did a banging makeup look. If you can imagine what that might look like on this mug. I really probably should have put foundation on today because you can tell I was crying a very stressful cry earlier. Anyhow, so there are a couple of Mikayla updates, and there are some points that I wanted to make and sort of reiterate if I didn't quite make them clearer. First of all, Mikayla hasn't addressed anything. She hasn't addressed anything, which I think is bad form, personally. You may feel differently, and that's kind of part of what I want to talk about. There were so many creators and influencers and viewers and such who came forward with this sort of blasé mentality about the whole mascara gate thing, or lashgate, or whatever you want to call it. Tati Westbrook called it lashgate, and then I saw everybody calling it lashgate. So lashgate is the new army pants and flip-flops. But it's been really jarring seeing so many, especially creators, be like, oh my god, what's the big deal? Oh my god, everybody lies in advertisement. That's part of advertisement. That's not an inherently false statement. But the issue is that influencers are not corporations. And yes, these brand deals, specifically the brand deals that Mikayla is receiving, are probably worth hundreds of thousands of dollars at least. But at some point, especially as an influencer whose job it is to have a personal a trusting relationship with your audience, sometimes integrity goes a little bit farther. You know what I mean? I understand you got to pay the bills, and especially because, you know, when you become accustomed to a millionaire's lifestyle, you have to continue to pay for that with money dollars. Yeah, I'd do some questionable shit for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But like risking the trust and the honesty that is between an influencer and an audience, that's a slippery slope, because yes, on one hand, you're receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars for a 60-second video, and on the other hand, you're jeopardizing any future trust with a huge chunk of your audience. And to people saying, oh, they weren't falsies, this is, it's several coats and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's say that's true. Good straw man, let's say it's true. Wouldn't Mikayla then, instead of just arguing with people in the comments, wouldn't she make a follow-up video that was like, oh, you're right, let's see these in action, no cuts, look how great this mascara is? But she didn't do that at all. She didn't even do it a little bit. If that were true, wouldn't she be excited to share the fact that she was partnering with L'Oreal for this amazing mascara? Wouldn't she be excited to share that this is a partnership? She didn't, though. She hid it in the text below the fold. So if I were trying to sell you a product, first of all, I don't take a brand deal unless I like it. I am right now in the process of a brand deal, and it's skincare. And I want to try it first, because I'm not going to give my audience a product and say, this is amazing, this is going to change your fucking life, look at these results, and have like a beauty filter on. Like, I'm just not going to do that. That is dishonest. And if I was being accused of doing that, I know for goddamn certain that I would make a follow-up showing step by step, no cuts, no jumps, no bullshit. This is the product, this is how it does, this is as real as I can show it to you, instead of just doubling down in the comments. But that's exactly what Mikayla did. She doubled down in the comments, said these aren't falsies, this is just an incredible mascara, and moved on. And she's getting praised for that by a lot of commenters, by a lot of creators, and they're all so proud of Mikayla for ignoring the hate and just moving on because it pisses everybody off. And to that I say,
What?
Why are we pretending that that's okay? Like, I'm not stupid. Deceptive marketing is absolutely a thing. It is absolutely real, and it is absolutely most of the marketing done, at least in the United States. But the difference is, beyond that, beyond the deceptive marketing, is the FTC disclosure, is the disclosure of a brand deal. I want to know personally, if someone's talking about something, I want to know for certain that they're selling this to me because of deceptive marketing. Now, if it had been perfectly disclosed, verbally disclosed that this was a brand deal, that this was a paid partnership, that this post was paid for by L'Oreal, then maybe the mascara portion wouldn't have been such a big deal, because immediately everybody's brain would be like, oh yeah, okay, she's being paid, obviously. This is clearly, those falsies are killer though. Instead, Mikayla chose to do this.
I'm sure we all know why we've all gathered here today. It's the month of love, bitches. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not fucking around on Valentine's Day, okay?
So, to me, and I don't mean to make a bigger deal of this than it is, because I don't believe Mikayla needs to be like stoned to death or have her career taken away for this. I just think it was a big mistake, and I think she fumbled the aftermath. Being snarky after you've made an error, I'm not even going to call it a mistake, I'm going to call it an error in choices, that's a choice. I don't think influencers need to address every single thing that comes up. But if it breaks the goddamn internet, and people are pissed because you've chosen to take a very dishonest avenue in two ways, not only in deceptive marketing, but also in not fully disclosing a brand deal. You might want to think about that one. I think a lot of people were also misguided in thinking that everyone was so excited that Jeffree Star came out of his primordial ooze to review makeup again, because apparently he had to stop until there was a trending topic that involved makeup. I, for one, am never happy to see Jeffree Star. Okay. Jeffree Star has a history of really violent and disgusting racism and a lot of other stuff. A lot of very, very dark, disgusting things. And I want no part of it. In fact, I would rather see Mikayla review makeup honestly. I would rather see her honest makeup reviews because that is part of her brand. She's been reviewing and testing makeup for a long time. And she was on this trajectory of like, look at, you can trust me, you can trust me, you can trust me, deceptive marketing. And for me, I don't know, I mean, first of all, I'm clearly not a beauty person, polished turd, but I would have a hard time trusting her reviews. I would have a hard time trusting that she was being honest with me and not just trying to make money off of me. I hate that this gave Jeffree Star some kind of power trip. Like he needs to come back to prove that there are no honest beauty reviewers. Like, Grandpa, go home. Go play with your yaks. Your stories are on at 6. But, ironically, Mikayla had a trip with Glow Recipe to go to Wyoming, of course. Now, she was in Jackson Hole and Jeffree Star is in Casper. Everybody was sort of surmising that she was invited there by Jeffree or that she was meeting up with Jeffree. Doesn't seem to be the case, though he did get wind of the fact that she was in Wyoming.
All right, y'all, I'm just going to say it once. Yes, I see your thousands and thousands of tags that Mikayla is in Wyoming. I'm sure she's had that brand trip planned for a long time. Jackson Hole is like 6 hours away from the Star Yak Ranch, but I reached out, I invited her to the ranch. I said, let's do something together. Let's try the L'Oreal mascara on camera, or will the contract not allow it? She's seen it and she has not responded yet.
She left him on red, which I think I'll give her points for that one. 10 points to Gryffindor for leaving Jeffree Star on red. Now, I've seen a lot of really stupid takes. Particularly, I ended up on my For You page, even though I unsubscribed months ago, I got Def Noodle's sweet Mikayla Nogueira take. So in between apologizing to Kavos after workshopping that apology with his 36 member live stream, he found time to talk about Mikayla too. By the way, I kind of want to talk about like the downfall of Def Noodles a little bit, but I don't know if you guys are sick of Def Noodles content, so let me know if you want me to cover that because it brought me to some opinions. So Dennis's whole thing was that Mikayla is no different than like McDonald's, because when they put together food commercials, which is the only thing he seemed to be able to compare this to, when they put together food commercials, they use a lot of things that are not even food to create a beautiful display of food. Not that I would call McDonald's a beautiful display of anything, except for Grimace and Mayor McCheese. Best gangbang in my life. This is what I want to say. First of all, food and beauty are two different things. They're very, very different things. You know, you can market something in beauty. These things in the beauty world, like a mascara, are designed to do a certain thing. And this is what the product is going to do for you. McDonald's is food. This is a cheeseburger. And when a cheeseburger looks good, this is what it looks like. One has to do with functionality and one has to do with presentation. I would say 99.9% of people who are going to eat a cheeseburger at McDonald's have had a cheeseburger at McDonald's. And they know what to expect. They know that what you see on a commercial for McDonald's is not what you are going to get smashed at the bottom of your McDonald's bag, okay? And let's also be clear that there's a very big difference between corporations and deceptive marketing and influencers and deceptive marketing. Corporations are built on making money. They're built on capitalism. They're built on a basic necessity or luxury of the general public. An influencer is built on relatability, trust, honesty, because to influence, you need to be someone one would want to be influenced by for one reason or another. An influencer has a more intimate relationship with their audience than a fucking food chain conglomerate. In almost every way, aside from the fact that they are both guilty of deceptive marketing. And even McDonald's will put things like, food not as pictured or whatever. Even when you see things like on a big post, item not to scale, that's why they have all those fine print asterisks and stuff like that so they don't get sued. There are no fine print asterisks on, I used this mascara and now look at these eyelashes that have a ton of help from falsies. It's not even deceptive marketing, it's just deceptive. And again, not disclosing your sponsorships that's an FTC violation, baby. You can't do that. And I guess the finer point is, why would you do that? I don't have 14 plus million followers, but I do have, well, you guys, I have 23,000 something. And that's still a lot of people. And I still would not want to sell you guys a product that I know is not going to give you the result that I'm going to show you. I wouldn't want to deceive my audience, because my audience is here because to some extent, even though I'm a dumb cunt, y'all trust me in a way, right? You trust me to be honest with you. You trust me to at least at the very bare minimum have your best interest at heart. And I do, and I always will, because I think that the minute you lose trust with your audience, you can't get that back. It's so crucial, and unfortunately that's the nature of the job. It's so crucial that when you've lost trust or honesty with your audience, that you correct that. At the very least, explain yourself. The only reason I can think of why Mikayla would not directly address this lies in the hands of L'Oreal, who, by the way, does still test on animals, just FYI. Because I can't imagine pissing off so many people over a choice that I made and then not saying anything about it at all, especially if it blew up the way it did. So I can only assume that L'Oreal was in on this, because outrage marketing also works. And beyond being in on it, I would wager that part of the contract was you can't delete, because it usually is, you usually cannot delete partnership content for like a year at least, and do not speak about anything. Just saying, there's probably a clause in that contract, if that's the case, where she can't talk about it. Because otherwise I have to believe that Mikayla doesn't care. And I don't like to think the worst of people, except classically Abby. I think the worst of her. I don't know. This whole thing is such a stupid mess. I think my favorite part about it is that she left Jeffree Star on red, though. So I want to like her so bad. I want to like her. But she's not letting me. Anyway, this was just a quick update. I hope this email finds you well. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more riveting, well thought out written content with lots of noise in the background. Anyway, shut up. I just released 2 new lines of merch. This one for Valentine's Day, and then this one, and then this one, which is my favorite. Okay, that's 3. I can't count. Anyway, those are linked down in my merch store. Feel free to check them out. Buy them, don't buy them, whatever. You can get 14% off because Valentine's Day, you know, with the code. I forget what it is, but I'll put it here. God, I'm good at this. My social media, how to join my Patreon, how to join channel memberships, all of that good stuff. It's all linked down below. Stay tuned for the outtakes, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I don't know if there's gonna be any outtakes, but there's definitely gonna be a bagel. Don't get scared. I'll try to get rid of it. I'm done here. Someone was, oh yeah, we'll get there.